Hello guys, what's up ladies and gentlemen? I'm so excited to be here. I invite you all. This time we're going now to start working on our challenges and I'm really pumped that we're gonna be learning together. So today something we'll be working on will be a simple coding challenge. I invite for those who really want to practice and start learning how this platform work. It may be the basics about the Codewar, even the coding challenge. Even if you are new to JavaScript, welcome and practice with me. So I will start like in the last video I showed you. You can see that this is the platform. By when you get at home, I explained how it works in my last video. It shows you random questions, right? But right now, as I'm a new user, like I said last time, I'm going to start from scratch to simple questions, right? Let's do it. So I will start right here. That's where I'm gonna query questions that I want. So I will sort my question by popular, the question that a lot of people like to solve, and of course I like the approved ones. Difficulties, I can choose the difficulties based on my level. If you feel strong, welcome in Q1 or 2Q based on how you feel like your coding level is. But for me right now, I'm gonna start with the easiest one. So let's go with the 8Q first, right? And if you're a beginner, I think this is the right place for you. Yeah, before we go to these hard ones, and I promise in the future we'll be working on them. Please subscribe and you will learn a lot on this channel. So once I click outside, you can see now only 8Q questions will be shared to me, right? So I have multiply, I have sum of positive number. So let me start with this even or odd, right? Very easy question, I think. So once you click on the question, what they do, they first tells you what the question is about. You read, you see like if you can solve it or if it's boring to you, then go for the next one, right? This is where you just choose, okay, I'll go to the next one, or maybe choose this one, right? So I've solved this one before. I hope that's okay. So we read the question together. So we create a function that's tag an integer as an argument and return even for even number or odd for odd numbers, right? Easy question based on your level. So let's go and try it, right? Together, right? Okay, I first tell you before I write my solution, you can try it on yourself, right? But let's pass it through together. How do we approach this question? It's easy, but it's better to also master the way and the strategies someone uses when you're solving questions, right? Because it will be helpful for the harder questions in the future, right? So let's go. So we have a function right here. That's the good part. They have already written a function for you. You don't need to stress about the name of the function or anything. It even tells you the parameter, what you'll be receiving. The input will be something like, it will be input like something like a number, right? So it's a number as input. And here there even the test. They show you some tests where you can check like, oh, right here, that means if I put 2, the output should be even. If I put 7 in my function, the output should be odd. So these also help like when you really want to understand the question really quick. That's what I like on this platform, right? So the first step is to deal with pseudocode, right? We've read the question. So that means the input is number, right? Then after getting like the input, the output will be what? It's better to know this because once you know the input and output help you to solve, like you know what the function will be doing. So the output will be a string, right? And this string will be either even or it will be what? It will be odd, right? So this is what we are supposed to return, okay? So once we know that, so what is the function is going to be? It's going to analyze like, is this number even or odd? So we need a logic or a way that will deal with that, right? So there may be a lot of logic, but the quick one, for you might know, other might not know, but the quick one is what we call modulus, right? Right? So if you guys know modulus, it returns the remainder on a number, right? And as we know, if you take any number, modulus 2, we return, for even number we return what? We return 0. For odd number, we might return, other race number like 1 or 2 or any other thing. But as long as a number is divisible by 2, that means we return what? that number is even and the return will be 0. So this is the logic, right? So once you have these things prepared for you, boom, you are done with the question. Like you already solved it through words, right? Now it's time to deal with writing the codes, right? So let's go. You can use any language you feel comfortable with. But for me, today I'll be using what? I'll be using JavaScript, right? Let's go and use JavaScript as it's already in here, right? So if you want to change and use another language, welcome. You can use it as well, like Python, based on which language you feel comfortable with. There is no problem with that, right? So let's go. So I already have my function written. What I'm going to do is to just put an if condition, because I know the input is a number. Okay, then I will say if my number, and I use modulus 2 is equal to 0. This is how we call it in JavaScript. Then what we're going to do, we return something. What do we return once a number is even? We return a string which is called even, right? So we return even, right? Then else, what do we return? If it's not that, we might return odd. That means once that number is not divisible by 2, right? So right now I think we are done. As I said, this is the basics, the easy approach, but in the future we'll be having amazing things, right? So let's run this and see, right? So to run it, it's down here, right? If I scroll down, I have test, right? So you run the basic test, right, to check. So you see we passed our test, right? So that means the function is checking all these numbers written here. Once 2 is even, 7 is odd, something like that. After passing the basic test, you can also attempt for the advanced test. So once you attempt, you see, they will say you've passed 45 tests and 0 failed, and they say you might take time to refactor and comment your solution. So I think this is not more like, you know, we can improve it, right? So let's maybe improve it. How can we improve it? JavaScript has a method called tenor operators, and some of you already know that it's an easy way to use it, right? So let's apply tenor operator in the same way, but in a clean way, I would say, right? Clean code. So I might say return, right, in single line, number modulus 2 equal to 0. So this is the condition, right? After writing condition, I say once the condition is true, once modulus 2, like a number modulus 2 is equal to 0, I will do what? I will return what? Even. Else, if it's not, that means the number is what? The number is odd. Just like this, right? So let's run this and see, right? This is the tenor operator. You can read the documentation if it's your first time, or you can just get to know it, right? So let's test it as well. It passed, right? And if you attempt, great, passed. So you can see now we are ready to submit, because I think, okay, there might be even shorter maybe solution. If you have one, please share in the comment. I would like to see it, right? Or if you have another approach for today's question, welcome and share it. So let's go and submit, right? So once you submit on this platform, the way it's amazing, it will show you the solution from other people, right? And right away, we will compare our solution to other people's solution. Why? Maybe we can learn from them, right? So the best guy who have got a lot of, I'll say, stars, can see that he kind of used tenor operator, right? So yeah, that's the same way, right? So you can see how others did. The second one used our first approach. So yeah, so this is the good part for Codewar, right? So because this question I did it and I was recording, I realized it didn't click record button. That's how I solved it before. So I couldn't get points, but you can see I have 2 points. So if you're new to the platform, let's go together. And yeah, why not? We'll be solving even in the future the 4Q questions or 3Q questions. Let's see where it goes. I really appreciate. Please subscribe and share to your friends. And if you have any comment, if you have any suggestion, don't stop to talk to me, right? Write in a comment and I will reply to you right away. Thank you so much, and I wish you a good time. Bye.